County Council to advise on matters involving agriculture and agricultural land preservation. We review and recommend on issues relating to existing and prospective Maryland agricultural land preservation foundation easements. Additionally, we make recommendations to the county on agricultural zoning issues, other issues relating to agriculture, and on county agricultural easements. Would the board members please introduce themselves by name and farming affiliation? John Merriman, corn and soybean farmer from Upper Co, Maryland.
Steve Meyer, dairy calf feeders, Whitehall.
Scott Welsh, nursery and greenhouses, White Marsh.
Holly Gilmore, equine, Moncton, Maryland.
I'm Megan Benjamin, staff.
I'm Joe Wiley, staff.
I'm David Bergenthal, staff.
And Jim and Ann, do you want to introduce yourselves?
I'm Ann Jones. I work with Baltimore County Land Trust Alliance.
Jim Enzer with the Baltimore County Soil Conservation District.
Is that everybody? Okay. I'll call on Megan if there's any changes in today's agenda.
No changes.
There is none. Okay. Everyone look over the minutes from the December 8th meeting and see if you see any changes or additions that has to be changed on the minutes.
I move that we accept the minutes as presented.
Here, a second on that?
I'll second it.
All those in favor of accepting the minutes signify by saying aye.
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 Okay, the minutes are approved from the December 8th meeting. The next order of business is Thomas A. Braum is a review and recommended the proposed buildings are for agricultural use. And Joe Wiley has the background information on that.
Good evening, everybody. So this property is Hidden Waters. This is over on Old Court Road. This is actually inside the Beltway. For those of you who don't know where this is kind of in between 83 and Pikesville. I think it's 83, I'm sorry, but it's closer over to Pikesville. It's inside the Beltway. So Hidden Waters Farm is coming in. They want a recommendation that they're proposing 3 buildings, and they want us to recommend that they are for agricultural use. They're proposing a barn. David, do you have the architectures on here? There we go. They're also proposing a 40 by 80 agricultural equipment shed and a 20 by 20 foot concrete pad for the processing of poultry. So we do have Mr. Doak on this.
Good evening, everybody.
Mr. Doak, hello.
Hello.
Did I get that correct?
You did. You're doing great. Now, the barn that you showed is multifunctional, okay? So Hidden Waters is proposing a number of different aspects of agricultural use. One, they are going to grow crops on the place and in turn sell them through the farm market that is part of this barn, and the patio to the left that's checkered there on the sketch you have. They're also going to, they've started fencing, and they're going to have livestock. They're going to have pigs, cattle, and poultry. And each of those will be raised, and they'll be butchered off site, but then in turn refrigerated and sold 2 ways: 1 online, and 2 at the market on the site. Also, this building will allow for Hidden Waters to ship the produce, the meats to people via whatever method they're going to. So what we're asking for, please, is the ability to have this. This property is 109 acres. All but a little bit of it is can be used agriculturally, and it's currently in corn and soybeans, and we wish to be able to build this barn, the multi-purpose barn, in Baltimore County. If this is deemed agricultural, we would not need a permit to build this. You can see on my detail on the large plan that this will also have parking. This will be on the farm road. This will not be lying along Old Court Road. It will be approximately 150 feet off of Old Court Road, and will have sufficient parking. There you go, bottom of the green area. Will have sufficient parking along the farm road, the farm lane, to supply, to have for the people coming to the market. We've spoken to a number of people in the neighborhood, as well as some of the synagogues and some of the community organizations. And to be truthful, they're waiting in anticipation. They can't wait, because there's nothing like this in the Pikesville area. You know, would be something we would have up where I live in Freeland or Whitehall or over in White Marsh or somewhere like that. But there's nothing like this in the Pikesville area, and it's going to be an asset to the area. So, and like Joe said, we're proposing a 40 by 80 ag equipment shed. It's going to be your typical equipment shed for the tractors and anything else we need to maintain this farm. And then in the back, we are proposing a 20 by 20 concrete pad for poultry processing. And ultimately, we'll have probably a building next to it. We have applied for a zoning special exception to allow a poultry killing on this property. One thing unique about this property is that it is a DR1 zone, unlike all the other big farms around that are RC. But all of this farm is in an MET easement. MET has been working with us and is also in support of what we're proposing here today. And we've supplied correspondence to that effect to the Office of Planning.
And just for the board's record, farming is a use by right in the DR1 zone. So
yes, thank you very much. So we're proposing to enhance the agricultural use of the property, and as part of that, we would like the ability to build these buildings and use them for agricultural use. That's all I have.
Any questions from the board or concerns?
What are you gonna do with the waste from your processing poultry? Are you gonna compost it on the property, or are you just gonna let a rendering farm take it?
Well, that's a really good question. I can tell you what I did on my farm, but they're probably going to have many more. I cannot tell you that, sir. I do apologize. We would probably acquire with the county, with Jim and the boys there, and also may talk to people like Dave Smith, who also has Springfield Farms.
Bruce,
yes, sir.
I do see Joe Schaefer and Tom Bomber on. Would either one of them know? Here, I'll unlock them both. How about that?
There you go.
Joe, you're unlocked, and Tom, you can talk now too.
Awesome. Great. Yeah, we were like trying to figure out how to raise our hand or anything, but the video and everything was off. So Thank you. Yes. I'll let Joe speak to this directly because Joe has quite a bit of experience processing poultry on his own farm that he's now consolidating at Hidden Waters. So Joe, do you want to explain the composting process?
Yes, thank you. Yeah, we're going to be composting all the scraps and everything from the poultry and scrap composting, the cow bedding and everything like that, and then it'll be applied back onto our pastures.
Right.
Since we have Jim Enzer and Eric Hines on, does the board have any questions for them, or do you have any input or thoughts that you could add, Eric and Jim?
Yeah, this is Eric. I'll just input that we've been working with Tom for about a year and a half now on this property. We've been out there multiple times. We helped them convert it over to grass since that's from the cropland to pasture, and did some reseeding. And he's currently working through several other programs to help install much of the grazing infrastructure out there. We developed grazing plans for it, stream crossings, and we're actively working with them on much of this out here. Not this specific building, but all the stuff related to around to it. Very good project.
And then I think he also, the proposal said that they want to have a produce building out closer to the road for any produce. That's how they're going to market the produce and sell it.
Yeah, if you look at the photo that's on the screen, you'll see a sort of a patio area to the left of the barn. That's an area that we've designated for a produce tent. So it sort of sits aside of the market house, and then directly across the lane from the barn is a 7-acre field that we will be erecting deer fence around, and that 7 acres will be the produce area for the farm.
Okay.
One thing I might add, I don't know if we can note that or add it on, but we may need to add about a 20 by 20 wash and pack station for the vegetables. Realizing that we want to not, have any cross contamination by bringing vegetables in where the meats are and things like that. So we may want to erect a small 20 by 20 shed within the produce production area. So if we could note that.
Okay.
Okay. Any motion on the recommendation of the proposed buildings or for agricultural use?
I think the plan makes sense, and certainly the location for sales, for marketing is ideal. So I'll make a motion that we accept the proposal of Mr. Baum for his property on Old Court Road.
Do you hear a second on the motion?
I'll second it, John.
Okay, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Aye.
Okay, the motion passes.
Thank you very much.
Good location and a good idea. Really does.
Thank you for all your support and your help.
You're more than welcome. Thank you.
All right, so those were that was our only business item for the evening. I'll just give a quick update. We had 4 easements that closed in the calendar year 2021.
Megan, just to let you know, Brenda just jumped on.
Okay, hi Brenda.
Hey, Brenda.
Happy New Year, everybody.
Happy New Year.
New Year.
So as I was saying, we had 4 easements that closed with MALF last year. We had 2 others that settled with the landowners, but we're still waiting them showing up in land records. So we had about 500 acres close.
Wow.
And we have a lot still in the works. in the coming year. We still have about 500 acres and 8 farms with the county program that are working through. We have 5 farms from previous mouth cycles that are still working through. And then we're currently getting the county council's approval for the FY21 cycle of the mouth program, which has 8 farms and 551 acres of those properties that got offers.
Great.
Yeah, so we have a lot of good things coming in the new year. We have word that the mouth application, there's no changes to the application, so we consider the application period open now. We will be spreading the word, putting some ads out, do a postcard campaign and do other things to hopefully get in some good applications. We have had the application period end at the end of April the last couple of years, and so that's what we would propose this time as well, to give us time to get everything in order to get to the Ag Board for your review and ranking of the applications. And then we have the county program that we will have an open cycle for about at the same time. We're making some tweaks to that application, and again, hope to advertise that at the same time to get in some good applicants. So please help spread the word. If you have any donors that you know might be interested, please send them our way, and we're happy to talk with them and help them apply. And that's all I can think of. I think that's it for the evening. Joe or David, anything else that you have? All right.
Okay, next meeting will be February 9th. I assume it will be virtual.
Yes.
Megan's shaking her head yes. So, okay, thank you all.
Thank you,
And
John.
the meeting is
Okay.
adjourned.
Thanks, guys. Good night.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Night, y'all.
Night.